Interpreter now.
All right, Deputy, go ahead, stand by for me, Deputy Riley. Hang on for me.
Thank you for holding. I'm in the meeting now, and it says there's 3 participants.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, let me, one moment here.
Sure.
All right, I just had to put the phone away there so we don't have the echo. All right, Julian, can you hear me?
All right.
Still an echo?
Yes.
Hola, buenos días. Voy a ser su intérprete.
All right, let me make sure that there's no echo on my end here.
Okay, sure.
All right, good. No echo, perfect. All right, Deputy Riley, thank you for your patience there. I think we're ready to proceed. We have our interpreter available.
Gracias por esperar. Voy a ser su intérprete. Vamos a proceder.
And Julian, of course, you're on the oath. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and interpret accurately from Spanish to English, English to Spanish to the best of your abilities. So help you God.
I do.
All right, yes, sir. All right, good morning, everyone. Today is July 24th, 2021, and this is the Magistrate Court of Clayton County.
Buenos días a todos. La fecha de hoy es el 24 de julio del 2021. Estamos en el Tribunal Magistrate.
All right, Deputy Riley, can we bring the individual, can we bring whomever it is like up front so we can get, there we go, perfect. Because it's really about him with our interpreter here. All right, so you're here today in Magistrate Court. I'm Judge Knights presiding, and you're here for first appearance.
Hola, usted está aquí el día de hoy en el Tribunal Magistrado en su primera apariencia. Yo soy el juez Naib Puzari.
Today, I will let you know what you're charged with, what your bond amount is, and your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing.
El día de hoy le voy a dejar saber cuáles son sus cargos, cuál es su fianza para poder salir y su siguiente audiencia tribunal, que será su audiencia inicial o primera apariencia.
Most importantly, I will tell you your constitutional rights, and I will appoint an attorney to represent you if you qualify.
Y lo más importante, que le dejaré saber cuáles son sus derechos constitucionales y también le dejaré saber si se le puede asignar un abogado.
All right, Julian, this is not for you to translate. I'm just going to say this part. As far as bond goes, for everyone else here, some of you may not get a bond today, and that's because here in Magistrate Court judges can only give a bond on certain offenses. So if you don't get a bond today, it's not because you're not entitled to a bond. It's just that I can't set a bond for you based on the nature of the charge. So you may not get a bond today. You'll have to speak to your attorney, and the attorney can speak with the district attorney, and you get a bond possibly sooner than the September 10th bond hearing date. All right, so by law, I can't set a bond on certain offenses based on the nature of the offense, or if you're on parole or probation, can't set a bond, or if you're a flight risk or have an extensive criminal history. So keep that in mind, and I'll address that with you all individually. All right, Julian, you ready? All right, this is back for you here. All right, so you have the constitutional rights as follows. You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Sí, vamos a continuar. Usted tiene el derecho de ser inocente presumamente hasta que el Estado, por causa mayor, pueda comprobar que es culpable.
You have the right to an indictment by grand jury for felonies and the right to an accusation for misdemeanors.
Usted tiene el derecho de ir a un gran jurado si es que se le acusan por delitos mayores o también si son delitos menores se puede ir a un juicio.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Tiene usted el derecho de tener una audiencia tribunal rápida por jurado.
You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine any witnesses that the state can call to testify against you.
Usted tiene el derecho de ver, escuchar e interrogar cualquier testigo que esté acusándolo.
Compel the attendance of witnesses on your own through a subpoena.
Usted puede tener testigos a favor de usted, pero hay que solicitarlos con un citatorio.
You have the right to testify if you choose to do so. If you choose not to testify, the presumption of innocence does not go away and your guilt cannot be raised.
Tiene el derecho de testificar si usted gusta. Al igual, usted tiene el derecho de poder permanecer, no decir nada. Y el que usted no diga nada, esto no quiere decir que se le va a acusar culpable. Usted todavía va a quedar en presumiblemente inocente hasta que se le compruebe.
If you have a bond, the best person to speak with about your bond would be the bonding company.
Si usted tiene una fianza, la mejor o lo mejor que sería hablar sería directamente con esa compañía de fianzas.
I do know that there is a fee and it could be up to 15% that the bonding company may charge.
Yo sé que hay una tarifa que cobran, pudiera ser hasta el 15% de lo que sea su fianza.
If there's property that you're posting or someone is posting for bond, then there must be equity in the property of up to 3 times the bond.
Si va a agarrar una fianza y tiene alguna propiedad o patrimonio, tiene que tener el valor de 3 veces de lo que sea su fianza.
So for example, if the bond is 1,000, the equity in the property must be at least 3,000.
Un ejemplo, si su fianza es de $1,000, entonces su patrimonio tiene que tener el valor de lo menos 3 veces, $3,000.
If there's a special condition on your bond, that means you can't go somewhere or you can't contact someone.
Si hay alguna condición especial en su fianza, por ejemplo, de que no puede salir o viajar o no se puede comunicar con tal persona,
I will let you know if there's a special condition, and please be aware that failure to follow the special conditions can result in additional criminal charges.
en caso de que sí llegue a haber alguna condición especial, yo le dejaré saber. Tenga en mente que si usted llega a violar esto, pudiera haber consecuencias adicionales.
So if I say you can't go to 123 Main Street, you can't go. If I say you can't contact Joe Smith, you can't contact Joe Smith.
Así que si yo le digo, usted no puede ir al 123 calle Main o no se puede comunicar con Joe Smith,
All right, and you'll also have to acknowledge that you understand the special condition of bond.
y también tiene que reconocer usted la condición especial de salir bajo fianza.
Your next court date is your preliminary hearing date. And preliminary, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Su siguiente audiencia será la audiencia preliminar.
At the preliminary hearing, probable cause will be determined through testimony from the law enforcement officer or officers who arrested you.
En su audiencia preliminaria es donde habrá causa probable, donde los oficiales o oficiales que lo arrestaron podrán hablar.
It could also be a detective or some other law enforcement officer, and they will testify, and you or your attorney will get a chance to cross-examine them.
Pudiera ser un detective o algún otro tipo de oficial de la ley, y usted y su abogado podrán interrogarlos también.
You can also present testimony or witnesses at that time if you choose to do so.
Usted también pudiera presentar testimonio o hasta testigos si es que usted lo desearía de esa manera.
If the magistrate court judge decides that there was probable cause or an articulable or stated reason that is valid, then your case will move to state court for misdemeanors or superior court for felonies.
Ahora, si el juez llegara entonces a encontrar causa probable válida sobre estos casos, entonces se pudieran mover el caso al tribunal estatal para poder ahí atenderse si sean delitos mayores o delitos menores.
If there's not probable cause or a valid legal reason, then your case will be dismissed.
Ahora, si no hay causa probable o tampoco se llega a encontrar alguna razón legal válida, su caso entonces sería suspendido.
If you bond out of jail, then your preliminary hearing is automatically waived.
Si usted sale bajo fianza, entonces su audiencia preliminaria automáticamente se suspende.
You will be on standby to get notice from the court for state court for misdemeanors and from superior court if there's at least one felony.
Usted entonces estaría en espera hasta recibir alguna notificación de parte del tribunal estatal o si son delitos mayores, tal vez del tribunal superior.
And again, that's if you bond out. If you don't bond out, you'll have your preliminary hearing, or if your attorney decides to waive it.
Y de nuevo, eso es en caso de que usted llegara a salir bajo fianza. Si no, aquí entonces tendría su audiencia preliminar, al menos que su abogado también solicita que se la remuevan.
When I speak with you individually, I will let you know what your charge is, what your bond amount is, your next court date, which is the preliminary hearing, whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and then I'll ask if you have any questions related to those four things.
Cuando ya entonces yo hable con usted, le vamos a hablar acerca de sus cargos, sobre la fianza, sobre la audiencia preliminaria y también para ver si califica para un defensor público y cualquier pregunta que tenga sobre esas cuatro cosas.
Please keep in mind, I am not your attorney, so I cannot give you legal advice. Also, keep in mind that this is being streamed live on YouTube, so if you make statements related to your case, then it can be used against you.
Tenga en mente que yo no soy su abogado, yo no puedo darle consejos legales. Tenga en mente también de que estamos en vivo en YouTube. Por si usted llega a decir algo, recuerde que pudiera ser usado en contra de usted.
The person to tell the details about your case will be your lawyer, and the time to dispute your guilt or innocence will be first at your preliminary hearing and then later on in other proceedings and at a trial.
La persona del cual usted le puede hablar sobre los detalles de su caso, pues sería su abogado. También para disputar cualquier caso en la audiencia preliminaria sobre su inocencia.
Please raise your right hand, everyone.
Por favor, levanten la mano derecha todos.
You solemnly swear or affirm any statements or testimony you will give in this matter now pending before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Solemnly juran de hablar con la verdad y nada más que la verdad, de que todo lo que va a decir es la pura verdad, que Dios lo ayude.
Did he respond?
¿Su respuesta?
Sí.
All right,
Yes.
What about everyone else?
Yes.
Can you all hear me? Okay. All right, yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't freeze here. All right, perfect. All right, so let's have the gentleman here who needs, what's his name?
Armando. State your whole name.
Diga su nombre completo.
Armando Javier Cervantes.
Armando Sánchez Fernández.
Okay. Stand by here, let me find his paperwork.
Un momento.
All right, Mr. Cervantes, you're charged with one count of failure to yield the right of way when turning left, and your bond is $500.
Yeah,
Muy bien, señor Cervantes. Su cargo es por faltar de detenerse a dar la vuelta a la izquierda. Su fianza es de $500.
Sí. ¿Sí puedo hablar?
Yes. May I speak?
One moment, sir. Your preliminary hearing is September 7th at 8:30.
Un momento, caballero. Su audiencia preliminaria es para el día 7 de septiembre a las 8:30.
How much money do you make each month?
¿Cuánto dinero gana cada mes?
Los 500 yo se los puedo pagar ya, pero no sé qué pasa, por qué no han venido a pagar. Los 500 yo los tengo para pagarlos.
I can pay the 500, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, I have the 500 to pay.
All right. How much money does he make each month?
Pero, ¿cuánto gana al mes, caballero?
Gano al mes como 2,300.
Like 2,300?
All right. I'm appointing an attorney to represent him.
Le voy a asignar un abogado para que lo represente.
All right. Do you understand everything that I've explained to you, sir?
¿Entendió todo lo que le expliqué, caballero?
What questions do you have?
Yes. ¿Qué preguntas tiene?
que no, yo no he podido hablar con ningún familiar para comunicarme con ellos, por eso no sé qué pasa.
I haven't been able to contact any family members to let them know where I'm at and find out what's going on, you know.
All right, sir, I'll speak with the deputies and see if they may be able to assist you with that.
Voy a hablar aquí con los oficiales a ver si le pueden ayudar con eso.
All right, any other questions, sir?
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Nada. Nada, es todo.
No.
All right, thank
That
you, sir.
would be it.
Thank you, sir, and that will conclude your first appearance today.
Gracias, caballero. Eso
you.
concluye con su primera apariencia.
All right, just me confirm here, and deputies, just to be sure, that was the only individual I have that Joel Guevara bonded out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Julian here, thank you for your service this morning, sir, and appreciate you very much.
Sure, it's been my pleasure. Well, thank you for using our services. Have a good
Yes.
weekend.
Yes, sir, you too.
Thanks. Bye.
Patricia, out of your.
All right, good morning to you, Miss, is it Adiemi? All right, yes, ma'am. So you're charged with 1 count of terroristic threats. Your bond is $15,000. There's no contact with Dorica Riggins. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for September 8th. That's at 8:30. And I am appointing an attorney. Well, yes, ma'am, I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No.
You have any questions? No questions? All right, thank you.
State your name.
Sharika Marie Evans.
Yes, ma'am, one moment, please. All right, Ms. Evans, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. It's a $2,500 bond. There's no contact with Maurice Pace. You understand what you're charged with, pressure condition?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a September 7th at 8:30 preliminary hearing. And lastly, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. All right, Ms. Evans, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am, what's your name?
Angelica Hargrove.
All right, Ms. Hargrove, you're charged with 1 count of terroristic threats and acts. So a felony, 15,000 is your bond. 1 count of disorderly conduct is 1,500. There's no contact with Moriel Strawbridge. You understand what you're charged with in the bond amounts, special conditions?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a preliminary hearing, and that is scheduled for the 8th of September at 8:30. And Ms. Hargrove, I'm looking here at your application for court-appointed counsel. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
State your name.
Hello.
State your name. Get on the wall.
Naja Jefferson.
All right, good morning, Ms. Jefferson. You charge of 1 count of criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,500. Special condition, no contact with Bernique Dixon. And you have a preliminary hearing of September 8th at 8:30. Ma'am, you understand what you're charged with in the special conditions?
Yes, can I say something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Me and the girl,
One moment here. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. All right, yes, ma'am, Ms. Jefferson, go ahead with your questions.
me and the girl, I called the police to get help. And me and her stay across the hall from each other. So I don't understand why I even got put in handcuffs. I called needing help and I had my hazard lights on because I'm schizophrenic.
All right, the warrant reads on July 23rd, 2021 at 1700 while in a verbal altercation with her neighbor, the victim Bernique Dixon. The offender did intentionally and without authority began striking the victim's residence window with her hands. The offender striking the window caused it to break in a circular hole near the bottom of the window. I observed the damage to the victim's window. The victim completed a statement from a form advising that she did observe the offender caused the damage to her window. The damage was estimated to be less than $500. This occurred in Clayton County. That's the warrant that's before me, ma'am.
I didn't bust her window.
That's for a different date and for another judge to decide in another proceeding, ma'am. I just have the warrant today, and that is your bond, and that is the special condition. All of that can be changed. This is not, none of it is permanent. So you'll get your chance to speak with your lawyer. Let your lawyer know these details. Let your lawyer do his or her job to resolve this for you. But as of today, we're just doing first appearance. I'm just informing you. It's not permanent, ma'am. This all can change once you speak with your attorney. All right, you have any other questions?
Do I get a
All right,
phone
thank you.
call?
Can you say that again, please? Thank you.
Verena Johnson?
All right, Ms. Johnson, good morning to you. Ma'am, you have a criminal trespass misdemeanor charge. $2,500 is your bond. There's no contact with Mr. Darch Johnson. At this time, you understand what you're charged with in the special condition?
Yes.
All right, deputies, everyone went through orientation already? Can you have the deputy step over, please?
Your Honor, they're all in orientation now.
All right, well, they at least know how to address the court though, right? Well, that announcement should be
Yes, Your
made.
Honor.
All right. If you can make that announcement so that everyone knows. All right,
They've been informed, Your Honor, that that's the way they're speaking. We're correcting them as they're saying it.
all right, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, come on back for me, ma'am. All right, do you understand the special conditions that I've outlined to you and the bond amount?
You said I can't have any contact with whom?
Not at this time. You can speak with your lawyer, and that condition can change.
I couldn't hear who I can't have contact with, sir. I apologize.
All right, that will be. Is it Darch Johnson? What is your is it Darch Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
Darch Johnson, that's the person.
Yes, I apologize. Yes.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Okay.
Darch Johnson. All right,
I understand, sir.
You have any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dior Moet Butler lot.
All right, good morning to you, ma'am. You're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. It's misdemeanor. Your bond is $2,500. There's no contact at this time with Jeffrey Lamar Lott. And do you understand what you're charged with in special condition of bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you have a preliminary hearing. Date is scheduled for the 7th of September at 8:30, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Regina Morris.
All right, Ms. Morris, good morning. You have one count of cruelty to children. It's the felony one, ma'am, and the bond is 5,000. You have a preliminary hearing. Stand by one moment here. The preliminary hearing is scheduled for the 8th of September. That is at 8:30. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you, Ms. Morris. You have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tanisha Sims.
All right, Ms. Sims, good morning to you. You have one count of prohibited parking. 500 is your bond, and one count of disorderly conduct. 1,500. I don't have a warrant for you. I don't have the warrant, but those are your bond amounts. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions, Ms. Sims?
Well, the bond has been paid already, so.
Okay, so the bond is paid. Okay, so you're just waiting the bond out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, ma'am, thank you very much. And that will conclude your first appearance.
Kristen Thompson.
Right, yes, ma'am. Ms. Thompson, good morning to you. One count of driving under the influence. Well, two counts, one DUI, the other DUI refusal. Your bond is 3,000 on each of those two. And then there's impeding traffic and driver vision obstructed. It's 500 each, so your total bond is 7,000. 3,000 on each of the two DUIs, 500 on the other two traffic violations there. September 7th at 8:30 is your preliminary hearing. And Ms. Thompson, one moment here, it's your application for court-appointed counsel. All right, are you currently employed?
Yes. Yes.
What is your monthly income?
Hang on one second. About 1,600.
All right, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you.
All right,
No,
thank
sir.
you. All right.
Tell your name.
Tanisha Westfield.
All right, Ms. Westfield, good morning to you. One count of none or class violation driving while without a license. Your bond is 1,000 and your preliminary hearing is September 7th at 8:30. And Ms. Westfield, are you employed, ma'am?
Yes.
All right.
I'm working at Waffle House.
What is your monthly income?
I just started. I've only been working 2 days.
All right, did they tell you how much you were getting a month or bi-weekly? What your pay is expected to be?
Weekly. $3 an hour.
All right, ma'am, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. All right, you have any questions, Ms. Westfield?
No.
Your Honor, that's all for the females. We're lining up the males and having them come to
Yes, sir.
the front now. Come on, sir.
State your name. State your name. Anthony Argo.
All right, Mr. Arlo, one moment, please, sir.
Just speak up.
All right, is this Mr. Argo?
Yes, ma'am, sir.
All right, yes, sir. You charge of 1 count of defective headlights and 1 count of driving while license suspended. Your total bond is $2,000. Your preliminary hearing is September 7th at 8:30. And Mr. Argo, what's your monthly income?
I don't have none.
How much money do you make each month?
This guy in prison, I'm supposed to be going for
Well, the reason I'm asking is you said you have a job, but you didn't put how much you make each month.
it's a part-time, he just lets me like part-time, like nothing real big. It's like, he gives me a couple hours a day, every about twice a week.
All right, sir, so I'm gonna appoint an attorney to represent you. All right, you have any questions, sir? All right, thank you. Yes, sir. What's your name?
Tell me your name, sir.
Bernard Edwards Jr.
All right, Mr. Edwards Jr., sir, you charge of 1 count of, well, I'm sorry, 3 counts of criminal trespass. And your bond is $3,000 on each of those 3, sir, total of $9,000. You can't go back to David Bridal, Oven Streets, or American Deli, all in Murrow. You understand what you charge with, sir, and the special conditions of your bond?
No, what was the bond price again? I'm sorry. Your Honor.
9,000 is your total.
Okay.
You understand the special conditions? You can't go back to those locations, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Tell me your name, sir.
Jesse Fleming.
All right, Mr. Fleming,
Morning,
good
Your
morning, sir. You charge of 1 count of battery, it's a $5,000 bond, and 1 count of aggravated assault, and that is a $20,000 bond. Your total, sir, is $25,000. Sir, there's no contact with Denise Evans. You understand what you're charged with, sir, the bond amounts and the special conditions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, one moment here, looking here at your application.
Yes, sir. May I say something, Your Honor?
One moment, sir. Give me a moment. I'm looking at your application here. What does that say? 1,000? Is it 10,000 or 1,000?
Yes,
Okay.
1,000,
All right.
sir.
All right. So I'm appointing an attorney to represent you, and your preliminary hearing is on September 8th. All right, sir. What questions do you have?
Is it any way possible, sir, because I just started this job, sir, and I have my Class A CDL license, and I am very doing better, Your Honor. I'm serious. I really need this job. I just started Monday last week. Is there any way possible that you can award me any type of incentive to make sure I get to work Monday or something, Your Honor, please? Because I really, need a job. I know.
Well, sir,
Just started.
I understand your situation, but you have to understand my situation. All right. Based on the nature of the charges, I wasn't going to give you a bond at all. So I looked at it some more, and I looked at your background and everything as a whole, and I then made it 20. So that's as low as I can go, sir. It was actually going to be no bond this morning. All right. So speak with your lawyer and see what your lawyer can do to get a lower bond, but it's not happening today, sir. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
No
sir.
problem. Thank you.
Next. Somebody know your name, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to you, sir. How you doing?
Sir.
All right. What's your name? Sorry.
My name is Durante Outlaw.
All right, Mr. Outlaw. You have one count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime and one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Sir, there's no bond today on the aggravated assault. It's $5,000 on the possession of a weapon offense. You understand what's happening here today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you have a preliminary hearing that's scheduled for September 8th at 8:30. And also, sir, you have a bond hearing that is scheduled for September 10th at 8:30. And lastly, sir, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. I'm just noting here, getting your form. All right, I noted it on here for the 10th. I'm putting on here an attorney to represent you, sir. Speak with that lawyer that you get, sir, that comes to visit with you and or speaks with you, and talk to them about the details and the bond.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, so you have any questions?
All right, sir.
All right, thank you.
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Good morning, how you doing, sir? What's your name?
My name is Dale Bronson, sir.
Mr. Brunson? All right,
Yes,
you
sir.
charged with one count of these criminal trespass. The misdemeanor. 2,500 is your bond. At this time, it's no contact with Renita Muckle. You understand what you're charged with? Special condition of bond and the bond amount?
Sir, I don't even know Bernita Marco.
All right, well, that makes it easy. It's no contact with that person.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes, sir.
I am appointing an attorney to represent you, and your preliminary hearing is September 7th. Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Wait by the brown door again. Next man, next man. Wait by that brown door right there. Tell the judge your name.
Tion Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, good morning to you, sir. You have 5 charges here. The first one is battery. It's a misdemeanor. This $5,000 is the bond. Second one is criminal. Then concealing the ID of a motor vehicle. It's 500. Knowingly operating a unauthorized vehicle there, it's 1,000. And reckless driving, 1,500. All right, sir. There's a special condition, no contact with Jasmine Baskin. Preliminary hearing is scheduled for September 7th at 8:30. And sir, you understand what you're charged with, the bond conditions? I mean, the bond amounts. All right.
Yes, sir.
Do you have are you employed there? It looks like you stopped writing here. Are you employed at this time, sir?
No, sir.
All right. So I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
No, sir. It cut out when you stated about one of the bonds with the battery.
Okay, the battery is 5,000. The criminal trespass is 2,500. The concealing the ID is 500. The knowingly operating the unauthorized vehicle is 1,000, and the reckless driving is 1,500. So it's 10,500 is your total. All right, 10,500 is your total. Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
me? Okay, yeah, just making sure I wasn't freezing up or anything. All right, sir, it's 10,500 is your total. All right, you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir. Yes, sir, what's your name?
Terrell Smith. You
All
are.
right, Mr. Smith, charge of 1 count of public drunk. It's 1,000 is your bond, and 1 count of criminal trespass, 2,500. Special condition, he can't go back to Woods Motel. That's 7828 North Main Street in Jonesboro. Sir, you understand what you're charged with and the special condition of your bond?
Yes, sir.
All right. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is September 7th at 8:30. You have any questions, Mr. Smith?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, look at the next one. What's up? First. All right, tell Judge your name.
Danielle Taylor.
All right, yes, Mr. Taylor. Sir, good morning. 1 count of endangering security interests, 2,500 is your bond, and you have a preliminary hearing scheduled for the 7th of September, sir. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions, Mr. Taylor?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Tyshawn Terry, sir.
All right, Mr. Terry, good morning to you, sir. Let's see, possession of a weapon by a minor, 3,000 is the bond. Theft by receiving stolen properties, 2,000. 5,000 is your total there, sir. Preliminary hearing scheduled for the 8th of September. I'm sorry, the 7th of September. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, you step up.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Evan Watson.
All right, Mr. Watson. 1 count of criminal damage in the 2nd degree. That is a felony, sir. It's 3,500 is your bond. At this time, you can't go back to Country Inn and Suites. Can't go back to that location, Country Inn and Suites. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
What is that? Is that a hotel?
Yes, sir. It's a hotel. Can't go back there at this time. And Mr. Watson here, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Preliminary hearing is September 8th. You have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dante, Ms. Watts.
All right, yes, sir, Mr. Watts, you're charged here with one count of reckless conduct. It's 2,000 is the bond, contributing to the delinquency of a minor is 2,000, and crossing the roadway other than the intersection is 500. So it's 4,500 is your total bond, sir. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for September 7th at 8:30. And I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have any questions, Mr. Watts?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
That should be everyone, Your Honor.
I have a Joshua Key. Is that person not there? That was added? Joshua Key? If they're not there, then
We weren't
that's fine.
advised of that. No, Your Honor, we weren't advised of the add-on.
That's fine, sir. So appreciate y'all. And I'm also doing the first appearance tomorrow. So I guess if I send it over and if you all are available earlier, like we were today, then
Yes, sir.
that works out. So thank you. Thank you for doing that today.
Yes, sir.
And
Oh, yes, it will.
if you have like you need someone that's an interpreter, if you all could shoot me the email so I know ahead of time, I could get that situated before I log in.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, appreciate it.
So
Thank
yeah, in
you.
the morning when you send us the court, as soon as you send us the court appointed attorney forms, then we'll be able to go ahead and get them signed and be ready.
All right, perfect. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, and I will see you in the morning.